Now let's talk about Man of Steel 2. We also learned this week that is back in active development. And I know a lot of folks wasn't BVS supposed to be essentially Man of Steel 2? There was always some back and forth about it, like Zack Snyder said, yes, it is. And others were like, well, no, it's not really. But this is basically another standalone Superman movie in the works. In that Warner Brothers reportedly, according to the Wrap, that getting Superman right and making the audience really like this take on the character is tantamount, is a quote priority for them. So, what do you think about that? What do you?
Well, I mean, that's what you right now. That's what you have Justice League for.
Yeah.
You know, Superman's going to have to be a large part of that story because of how he left off in the last movie. So having this kind of rebirth of this character is kind of where you would do the heavy lifting. After that, I don't know where they put this movie in the schedule.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I know that Cyborg movie is going to get bumped. The Flash movie will probably move around, but where do you put Superman now in that schedule? I mean, luckily the Batman movie doesn't have a hard date, and it'll come out whenever Ben Affleck feels it's ready to come out, which is fine. Ben, take all the time you need. We want to see your movie. We're sure it's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
You know, I'll decline my Marvel check for the month to go see your movie. Thank you, Ben.
He's joking about the Marvel check, people. Don't take him seriously.
It's cash.
It's in a brown paper lunch bag every Thursday. It comes with bagels. So let's move on. Well, actually, no. Before we move on, Man of Steel 2.
What do you think about it? What do you think that not necessarily what do they need to do with this movie, but where does this movie go?
Well, look, I mean, if Superman is as sullen in Justice League as he's been the last two,
he's the Fiona Apple of the Justice League.
I'm just saying it's strike three at that point, like in my eyes. Hopefully, look, they have to resurrect him, obviously, in Justice League. How is he different after that? Does he still have his memories? Is he a different man? Is he going to still be, different man inside,
What if they don't resurrect him? What if they just Weekend at Bernie's him all over the planet and... Batman just was like, here he comes.
No, he's still around. Be afraid of us. We got a meta-human. He's totally fine. That would be actually somebody out there now. That's your fan film idea. That's your assignment. We want to see it here on IGN.
Weekend at the spaceship.
I don't know. Like I feel like Man of Steel. You need to do something there. What sort of threat can he face? Where it's kind of like the issue that the Marvel movies deal with now, where once you set up the Avengers, why aren't you calling all your friends for help? So if there's a global threat, so does maybe Superman have to leave the planet? And I think that could be kind of fun. Maybe you can introduce the Green Lantern Corps that way. Like Superman has to go do something. Maybe go stop something that's on its way heading to Earth to destroy it, and gets in an adventure out there. And you can. Or, ooh, dude, you know what I would love to see? Remember Legion of Superheroes? And I know they're from, like, the future and all that jazz, but it'd be fun. Like, if you're going to bring an alien to Earth, then let's have him in a cosmic adventure outside of there, and where maybe it's a bit more of a level playing field for the other characters,
Yeah. I still think Booster Gold is the key to getting Legion of Superheroes out.
Yeah?
And I think Legion of Superheroes might work for TV. That's just me.
I'd done that comic like when I was like 15, and there was that. It was a dude like the main guy, and he was in like the pink.
Cosmic Boy.
Yeah.
The '60s costumes were all a little funny.
It's so crazy.
Well, one thing about this is the Batman vs Superman Ultimate Cut made you feel like more of a Superman movie. Not so much a Superman movie, more of a Clark Kent movie. But there's definitely more Superman.
You saw him as a reporter and stuff,
Yeah, there's definitely more Superman. There's definitely more Clark Kent. If they make a movie that's more of a traditional, not tie-in, not standalone. Because I mean, really, if Superman is a really big threat, he probably doesn't need to call Batman. He probably doesn't need to call the Flash. You just make it Metallo or somebody, you
Would they
could
ever
even have
do
a
Bizarro? Will we get to that? Or Mr. Mixelplick? Any of those?
No, I wouldn't mind seeing Bizarro. I mean, that's another Luthor story right there. He's
Yeah.
like, hey, I still got some DNA here. What can I make? And that
Basically,
kind of thing.
yeah, it's
which
kinda
is kind of
like-
what he tried.
Yeah.
Or you do like Alien Resurrection, where you have all of these, you have that one shot of all of these different proto Ripley, like, yeah, that's the first one we made. It's half Ripley, half alien. That one's got hair, but it's got weird legs.
Kind of looked like Bizarro Superman, and the when he had gotten nuked and was just kind of floating up there in space.
Oh
He
yeah,
had that kind of like that skull face looking thing.
yeah. I think there are threats that are not intergalactic. Whereas this, kind of apocalypse Kirby stuff, threats that are not so huge that only Superman can handle.
I mean, I suppose maybe you could have Superman. What if you did the standalone Superman movie before Justice League 2, and he goes, maybe he goes to Apocalypse, maybe he fights Darkseid there, like stopping the threat before it comes to Earth, and he
Touches
either
it off.
fails or yeah, there's repercussions from all that. It'd be kind of interesting, and I guess that kind of in a weird way tie in with Batman's vision that somehow Superman brought upon them all the
quickening.
yeah. I don't know. Well, we want to hear what do you guys want from it, Man of Steel 2? Let us know in the comments.